Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This one is another HP. Let's have a look at this one. 8453. There isn't really a lot more to say on the box. And look at that. What exactly is this thing? It's a photo spectrometer. So what exactly is that? There's a light source in here. Well, there's actually two light sources in here and filters and stuff. And it will emit light all the way from ultraviolet to infrared and actually beyond that. And it goes out here to the sample. We can input a little sample, lock it into position. There's a hole each end here. So light goes through the sample and into the detection unit. There's a little hole here. And then there's mirrors, lenses, and detections and stuff. And this is sent back to the main processing computing thing. And then you know exactly the spectrum of, well, not of the light source, but of the object you're sampling. It could be all sorts of chemical compositions, mixtures of whatever science experiments you're doing, and then yeah, you will know what it contains and stuff like that, right? So you can unscrew the sample unit and put in all sorts of different sample systems here. If you break one of the glasses and all the content fall out, there's actually a tray here that collects the liquids, and then you can, you know, I don't know, it's gonna go to the table, I guess. See, maybe there's another pickup unit here that is not on this unit. And as you see here, we got only 4 buttons on the front. Sample, that means we just start a normal sample. You can also start a blank or a standard, and you can of course abort the scan. So that is actually all you can do on the unit. It is a 100% software controlled unit. That means there's no indication, no readout, no nothing on this unit. So you can't use it at all without software. I'm going to get back to that in a second, but first let's look at the rear side. So this is the rear side. As you can see, got quite a lot of connectivity here. Schnittstellenverteiler und so weiter, ne? So this is the LAN interface with yeah, BNC and normal LAN, and HPIB. Well, some settings for different things. RS232 or CAN as well. Remote GPIO, and this is the multi-cell. So this is a unit you can put here, and it will change different cells. So it knows you can probably put quite a lot of different cells, test objects, and then it will just test, and then you'll get all the data, and then you can come back later because it takes some time to do all the testings and such. Oh well, let's just, oops, did you hear that? Crackety sparks and stuff. So far it's only 1.7 watts of idle. I think I'm gonna spin this around. So I dimmed the light. So hopefully we're going to see something. It was like 1.7 watts. 43 watts. And we got a orange So it's both red and green at the same time here. 40 watts. I was hoping to be able to see something. So I'll try to hold the camera right here, and you can just fast forward if you find this boring. Or maybe I will do a little bit of a cut. We hear a little bit of clickety click, and it's still 42 watts of power usage. Wait, that was 75 watts. 60 watts. Something is definitely happening. 70, 80. Okay, it's totally waking up. And then back to 70. It's the power console. Ooh, we hear some more stuff. I see lenses moving. I see light. And that was it. We don't see any more light. I was hoping to see like white light or a UV light or something. I only saw one kind of light, or maybe it just turned on both of them at the same time, or I don't know what happened really. But it's 81 watts at the moment. We got green. So I guess this thing passed some sort of a self-test or something like that. Right, and that's it. It's not, of course, it's not responding to any kind of whatever you do, because you need software installed. And I think all those commands you sent from the buttons just sent commands to the software, and then the software will actually handle the machine. So it's a 100% software controlled machine. So just to see if this thing is alive inside all its brains and good stuff, I've been configuring the dip switches like this. For serial port, just plug in a serial port cable, and this is 19200. And what do you know? Here's the response on the computer, 19200 200. See, and if I hit question mark enter, I get this. So there's a full information about how to do this and how to do that. So the damn thing is alive. It is really a lot of fun to play with the debug interface. I found out there's like a lot of shutter controls and do this and do that. So right now I am in shutter open, and let's see what happens. See? Ooh, we got light, and I think this is ultraviolet. Let's try and change this shutter and see if this changes color. I don't know if you guys can see this, but yeah, I can see a little bit of change in color, but it's like really not visible when I try and play with the different shutter commands. But hey, I think this unit kind of works with the command line debug interface, so that is good so far. You're going to love this. So I can go through the different menus in the debug system like this, and of course I wanted to go and play a little bit with traces. So I went into the trace menu, and look at that. We got DAT, we got Jupiter, Test, Cozy, all sorts of funny things here. So when I'm playing around with this, especially the shutter control and all these things, I was just totally feeling like Sam Flynn from Tron. That was so funny. Let's try and see if we can disassemble this thing. It's always a lot of fun to see if you can do this without looking in the manual. I must say, I kind of figured it out. But you need to lift out the plastic, and then you can lift up the plastic, and then yeah, you know, pull out and then lift up, right? And then you have to remove the sample tray and all that stuff. And then there was a screw here that releases this, and then this can be pulled out. And I guess now it's free. There's quite a lot of isolation. So they want this to... Wow. They want this to be isolated from the environment. We got some sensors here, and those will sense. This is the lid to access the lamps. There's a little door here. You can take this out, and then you can access the lamps without taking off the cover. So that's the deuterium lamp. That is for UV, and this is just a normal bulb, more or less, for the rest, all the way to the infrared. And this whole unit is actually quite warm because I've been playing with this, and I think as long as this is on and online, they're going to somehow be more or less preheated the lamps. So yeah, let me see if I can get this out. So that is some kind of package. It's all in this foam for thermal isolation and whatnot. See, those plastic inserts, they're for the plug-in modules, and this is the printer server. So in this one there is a Jet Direct. So this is actually a more general printer server. They also use in all sorts of printers and all sorts of stuff, HP things. And oh man, this is just absolutely sexy. We got some memory, also got some more static, and this is probably dynamic. Look at that big boy. It says neck. This board is packed with goodies. I think we need to measure the voltage on this lithium. Oh, what is that? Ooh, is it some acid and some nasty stuff coming out of this battery? Oh no, I need to check this out. That is exactly what I was afraid of. Look at that, acid shit all over the place. Oh no, and it also is under this chip. Damn it. This is just so classic me. If you see different color markings with permanent markers, this is just what I do. Now I can remember how to assemble this when I need to pull it probably a lot more to pieces. Got a little bit different details here on the different nuts they will put in here. Those are bigger. This is of course important when I need to put this back together. I also realized another problem. Look in this area. I don't know if I can video this. You see all this? That can't be good. And it's also up here. Got all sorts of white nastiness all over the place. So that is definitely... Damn it. So something like wet went in here. This is totally deep clean. This is what I need to do here. Ooh, here is some firmware revision indication. But you can update this if you know how to update the firmware, because this is stored in Flash. So this is where the battery is located. Those two pads and this one. And if you look real careful here. I don't know if this is visible. Let me get some light on. But I can see all sorts of acid damages all over the place. You can even see some shadows of acid going through the different vias. Oh no. So I'm never gonna make this work. Sadness. So battery is out. It could have been worse. Definitely need to clean up this entire area and see what happens. Well. So the main board is out. Now we can have a look what else we got here. So that will be the motor for the shutter. There's probably some really cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh. So this one, and then there's a filter. Looky here. Oh, that is just cute. And those I can hear operate. So that one really works. And then we got a fan. I need two hands and see if I can lift up all this stuff so we can have a better look. But it is really well built. Nothing is screwed in. This is just a press fit foam thing with the fan. And here's the output from the fan. It goes straight into the power supply unit. It looks like it's a little bit of corrosion also on the fan, so that means this entire unit was probably stored a place a little bit too high humidity. And this is the on-off switch with a light guide to make it shine. Classic. So that will be all the power supply stuff for the deuterium lamp and the normal bulb, I would call it. I think we can probably take out the power supply as well. Now we are at it anyway. Okay, we got some screws here then. So I guess we also need to pull all this apart to take out the power supply and that PCB down there. And wow, look how solid this piece is. And that is of course because we got some optical stuff in here that sends out the light, and it is detected this far. And of course angles and stuff is a thing, right? Oh, by the way, when I pulled up the detector plastic, be careful, there is a connector for the LEDs in the front. Oh, by the way, I found some really funny detail. Look, there's a hole. This is actually a light guide that goes all the way here to the front. There we go. So that will kind of shine some light for some reason, or why is it a hole? I don't know. It's can you maybe this is in the manual, but I didn't really read the manual in all full detail, so maybe there's a reason for this to go that way, or maybe it's only light if, yeah, it's a magic thing. So I think I need to take out this, and then wow, man, I really look forward to see what is in here, if I can go in there. That is some nice unit. Phew, this thing is heavy. And it wasn't easy to get out. It turns out, of course, you need to remove the stem cable for the entire detector unit. It's only connected using this cable. This is the front LED board. And here we got the camera interface or detector interface, but there's actually just a camera, a one-line camera as far as I know, right? Some optical stuff, and then a really, really sexy unit. I can't wait to show you guys what is in here. This is going to be sex on a stick, like one of my friends say all the time. This is nice. Oh, we got some silings. Man, we got some more DSPs. So that's a second DSP 5601. And they went all the way with EMC filtering and power supplies and super isolated, and look at all this analog converters and whatnot. So that means, if I'm not completely mistaken, this is a video AD converter, right? And we've got a lot of other AD converters and stuff right here. I don't know exactly. So what if this is just an analog video interface, right? Ooh, maybe we should just go and look in the schematics, but that would be boring. It's a lot more fun just to play with this thing. So probably I can get this. Ooh, that was loose. Probably I can lift this. No, I can't. No, there's some piece of metal here blocking this from getting lifted. So what is the trick? So this is a kind of a three-dimensional Tetris. We need to figure out what to lift up first and pull it this way. How about the power supply? How do you do that? Yeah. Ooh. There wasn't any fancy trick to this. Just pull it that way, and then it got out. There's only one connector to this entire lamp driver module, and that is the blue connector. So that is super easy. This cable is of course the camera interface. That is just under here. So I bet we are soon out with the power supply. Just haven't figured out exactly the trick because it's a little bit stuck. I don't know if I did this wrong, but I mean, look at that. The thing is, you can't lift it straight up. You need to bend it a little bit this way, and then you kind of break this a little bit, and then. So what the heck is the idea? But anyway, the power supply is up. Oh, and somebody wrote a secret message in some funny language. What the? That means time for beer. I don't know. But that is one sexy power supply. 132 watts. That is what it is. So all those voltages is what we need to run this fantastic machine. Alright. And the power supply probably works. So we're not going to blow this up, but we're of course gonna have a look inside. Then I think we don't need to take this out for now. I need to clean this. There isn't really a lot of funny stuff to look at that. No, boring. The thing is, this is what we need to look at, yeah? So the detector module was located here with 3 really long bolts, and it looks like it is in one piece. Somehow, I don't think we can open this one. I think this is glued in. I really don't want to vandalize this thing because it is super sexy the way it is, and it is also a very expensive spare part, just in case I'm not able to get this up and running anyway. But I really would like to have a look anyway. What is in here? It looks like we got a little motor unit something. That is something I did not expect. Of course we got this super special quartz glass thing lens. And there was nothing in this connector. Yeah. What happens if I unscrew this? Will this open? I don't know. This unit is glued. It really looks like a special sealed. Yeah. But something tells me it's not going to be a funny day if I don't look inside. Is this what we've been waiting for? Look at the screws. Even little rubber things. So they're not gonna get any dust and stuff in here. Ooh. And see? A serial EEPROM. That is probably for identification or calibration or something like that, right? And that's it. This looks a lot like calibration stuff. So if you remove those screws, right, you're probably gonna grab with a stick here, right, and then twist and bendy thingy here, right, because you got some. This is some. And see, we got this same. Oh, okay, this is just springs. See, this is all it does. It's just gonna hold the detector down. Ooh, we got some glass and some stuff down there, right? Ooh, what? Why can't I just get the whole damn thing out so I can have a look? And by the way, look at the PCB here with this test connector. It goes all the way around here, and it's not in there. I mean, really? That is some special kind of. Ooh, and this rubber stuff here is all the way around, and ooh, this is in the PCB. Wow, that is nice. Wow. Look at that stuff. What is this? Yes, maybe a mirror and some optical things in there, right? I totally want to look in there. What is holding this thing back? I can't really see it. But now it says USA. So this thing is made in USA and everything else is made in Germany. So is this glued to the unit? Yeah, it is. Probably this rubber thing here is just glued, so there's no way we're gonna go in there. Damn it. Look at the way they really want this to be at the exact location. Yeah, but everything here is just totally glued. Could have been fun to look in there and see all the optical magic. Damn it. It looks like this is just a mirror or something. Oh no, I see it. I don't know if you can see this, but in the middle. Yeah, here you go. There is this tiny little line. That line is the magic. That is the line where all the light goes in. and it is now spread out on the back side of that one. So there's some magic in there. Yeah, this is it. It all happens in here, right? Yeah, exactly. See the magical. But what is in here? Why is it? What is the point? It looks like there's also that is weird. There's some magic going on here, and then there's just a mirror. Oh no, look what I see down there. Ooh, now we see some funky stuff. You see the colors? Oh, here we go. That is amazing. I need to go and get a flashlight. That is some stuff that is going on down there. And where is this light coming from that does this? Is it this one? Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yeah. This is really great. I am now entertained, finally. Alright, so there's a really cool thing going on in here with the Optical and stuff, and I can't get in there. That is so sad. I really would like to know. Can I put this back together, or can I get in there? Hey. Oh, by the way, maybe those two screws are what is required to release this. Yeah, that is the trick. Why, man? Why didn't I see that? Nope. Those are actually access holes for tuning and trimming some stuff in here. So they just access some of the stuff via those holes. But you can't see anything in there. But look at those super nice screws, by the way. So that is what it is. Can't get in. I did figure it out. So this is indeed the detector. And what you see here is contacts that goes to those contacts. And what I think is a little bit weird is to see those nasty scratches here, because I didn't do those. I just lift this really nice and carefully up. So how can they be this ugly? That is really weird. So this is indeed the detector, and I see some filter stuff. Why does that? Some ultra thin. So that is how it works. This is the detector, but I will put this a little bit over here because we are going to play a little bit with this one, because as you can see here is a thin line, and what I want to do is I want to put on the optical here, and I want to put in some light, and then we pretend we are here, right? And then we're going to see how this thing operates, because it's full of mirrors and magic in here, as you can see. And then it makes a line. And this is exactly where the detector will be. So this is the content of the light in my lamp. Like that, right? I'm just trying to play with this thing and see if I can get some really cool results using a little flashlight here, and it's actually quite difficult to hit the right angles of the light. And if I just smash it in here, see? It's all about, why is it? Okay, yeah, here it is. So this is the angle that I need to have. I don't know, man, this is difficult to figure out. I got too many variables. Yeah, okay, here we go. And then let's make it weaker. If only I could do that. Yeah, this damn thing is nice. So this is the wavelength filter or light enable kind of relay. And look at that. It's not from HP. Rolf D. Ziegler Magnetsysteme. So it's a German product. And I actually find, see, the first is 0996 and then 1097. So this is probably how old this is. And this one has been like blocking the light all the time. So there's a mark where the light comes out. Here it's all sweaty. And if you look real careful on that one, I don't know. Yes. Yeah. Look. Can you see it? So this is where the light would hit this filter. You can see it almost, right? When it is enabled, or when this one is enabled. Imagine. So this is there's actually quite a lot of power, enough to sweat this plastic. Wow. Amazing. Is it really that powerful? I think this lens needs a little bit of cleaning. This looks like dust. But that is a beautiful system, and it is actually working, so we better put this back. But isn't it funny? It's just mounted with one screw. That's it. It doesn't need to be accurate or anything. All it needs to do is block this or block that. Alright, so this is how it works. Oh, you're not going to believe it. I now cleaned this. Oh, it was so dirty. Now I can even see through it. Hello, welcome back. So this is what they call the tungsten lamp. This is, if you ask me, just a normal bulb, really. Let's see if we can get this in focus. What is so fancy about that one? It is, of course, the wavelength that it will generate. Let's try and give it just 2 volts. Wow, 0.4 amps at 2 volts, that's it. Obviously, you can crank this up a lot more, but I'm not going to blow it up or anything. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of light in a little light bulb. Yay. Cute. So this is the deuterium lamp. And I already made a video about deuterium lamps, so if you want to know how this thing works, you're more than welcome to have a look. So this is a very special lamp, really. It contains some gases, and the mixture of gases and high voltages and this ignition pools and all that kind of stuff, it makes it possible for this lamp to generate a very wide band of ultraviolet. And they also made it transparent. See, there's a hole through the lamp, so that means See, this is the infrared lamp. It shines through this hole and through this one. So that means this unit can generate even wider range of light, right? And then it goes to the detector. I think this is super, super beautiful. Why is it always out of focus? Yeah, I think I was actually able to capture this. Can you see the filament up here? So this is for preheating, and this way you can start this lamp. That is really cute. Let's look a few seconds on the power supply. Took the lid off. It was actually a little bit difficult. They found a really funny way to lock this. Look at those little thingies. They're on all edges of this. So what you do is you actually bend this and then it's gonna snap in. So to pull it up, you need to, you know, kind of bend it all the way. And it's really tough aluminium. This really, yeah, so it's grabbing real good anyway. Very nice power supply. This is an older model, so you're not going to see a power factor and correctly enough. All we have is just a normal rectifier. That's probably down below here. We got all the DC, half bridge, push pull, classic rectifiers, diodes, and some, oh yeah, some little regulators. That one is a little regulator. We got some diodes here and there, and then another little regulator for some, no, that's a diode. So how, okay, this must be regulators, right? No, that's also diodes. So where are all the regulators? That one definitely. And that one too. And then we got some fuses. Oh yeah, and some power diodes. Funny. But it was doing 5 different voltages, and most of all the watts will be in the 24 and 5 volts. Okay, no big surprise here. So there's a tiny little. Oh yeah, and 36 volts is 2.5 amps as well. Oh yeah. So that is actually all there is to it. I was actually expecting a lot more regulators and stuff on heat sinks. Did they put it? Yeah, no, they did not. Oops. Yeah, no. Primary current sense resistor. It's really, really beautiful. Imagine this thing is, what, 25 years old. And look at that. I did not clean this. And the fan in this unit is blowing all its air directly through this hole. And all I see is this tiny booger. The rest of this unit is just clean as brand new. I mean, this unit didn't really run a lot of hours. Don't see any brown, burned, hot components at all, as you normally would see in old stuff like this. Yeah, super classic power supply, no big surprises, and everything is done exactly as it is supposed to be done. 2 fuses, I love it. This is really nice. 6 amps, oh yeah. Yep. Now I am in the process of assembling everything again. And I mean, I've been disassembling electronic instruments and all sorts of electronic products for more than 40 years. And I've never, ever seen this design before, with this foam kind of holding everything together, and even the PCBs, everything slots in. See here how it clicks in, how it holds everything. It holds all the mechanics. It's just doing all the thermal. And I kind of like it. It's super, super nice when you know how to assemble stuff. You could really manufacture a lot of these really, really fast. And it's just click in, bada bing, bada boom, fast, fast, fast doing. It's actually really, really nice. And imagine this is close to zero money for stuff like this, right? It's just absolutely amazing, and it's everywhere, and it's doing everything for mechanical stability, vibrations. Yeah, it's just really a genius idea. Why aren't we seeing stuff like this? I don't know. Maybe it was a bad idea. I don't know. So this is first power up after the complete disassemble and cleanup of everything. Still orange. Power consumption is nominal. And so now we see this actions with the light open and close system. It's performing all sorts of self-tests. I didn't put in a new battery yet, and of course I need to run some calibration procedures and stuff. So I expect it's not going to pass self-test because of the missing battery. It's probably going to figure this out quite soon. But let's just have a look and see if we are lucky. So now we got 70 watts. That means it's turning on light sources. Can't really see that here. Yes, we can. Wow, we can actually see it through. Yeah, look at that. And then it's opening and it's closing again. Yeah, and now it's putting on the filter. So it's performing all sorts of tests. And what do you know? We got green light. Yay! Ready to rock and roll. So now I can assemble it again. Look how I hacked the sensors for the lid, for the lamp lid detectors. They're right under that piece of metal. So, okay, let's assemble and let's play. My patience is absolutely running out with this instrument. I got a serial connection and I've tried all the different ball rates and stuff, and I can see that it is working when I'm playing around with the Teardown, do all the connections and all that stuff. And I've been in contact with everybody from Olisworks. They're doing really nice software for this line of instruments, and they say that I need to firmware upgrade. So they sent me a firmware upgrade tool, and so this is the firmware upgrade tool from Agilent, and everything is working more or less. I do everything right, and I can see on my serial connection that it is actually sending some blinkety blink data, and it's not able to communicate with my instrument. So that means I can't do firmware upgrades, and that means I can't run the Olisworks software, and this way I can't scan anything using this instrument. So I mean, I am a little bit stuck in the software, an endless dark hole of software problems. So I think this is where my patience stops for now.